Morning, everybody. Eureka John, Eureka Street Crypto Hub, coming at you live from Leander, Texas. Valentine's Day, 8:41 a.m. I was up at 6:30, 6:15 in the morning trying to get a recording session done. However, got sabotaged by a 1-year-old, or almost 2, and so here I am. I got them fed, got them on the TV for a little bit, and I'm gonna try to do this. All right, so here's for hoping for 20 minutes of uninterrupted silence. So anyway, it is cold, still super cold out. Last night apparently a deep freeze. I guess it's supposed to get down to the teens. Maybe it did, I don't know, I haven't been watching the temperature. Apparently the government declared it a state of emergency in Texas. Seems like they're declaring states of emergency for just about everything lately. But either way, people in Texas don't know how to drive or operate in anything colder than freezing temperature. So here we are. I'm going to be at home tomorrow, so I'll be recording tomorrow as well. The plant that I work at is going to be closed, so state of emergency. Anyway, let's take a look at the crypto market. Things are still pretty insane. Bitcoin is at 48,000. Looks like it. I mean, some people say it's going to touch 50,000 today. Maybe. I mean, either way, it's pretty much just about there. It's at 48,000. Sundays generally are a little slower in the market than most other days. A lot of times I can actually get some pretty good Ethereum gas fees going on a Sunday, or Saturday night is usually actually the best times that I've found. Friday and Saturday nights for Ethereum gas fees. I guess normal people, a lot of people have better things to do on Friday and Saturday night than to sit around and play around on Ethereum markets or on DeFi. Not me though. I'm right here with you. $48,834 for Bitcoin. We got $1,812 for Ethereum. XRP is at 58 cents. I don't keep track of XRP anymore really, but hey, more power to them. I mean, do you think that they're just gonna one day just flip a switch and XRP is gonna become this huge world currency and outpace gold and all that stuff? A lot of XRP heads tend to think so. I don't know. Whatever. Cardano is at 83 cents. Still hasn't touched $1. I think it's going to touch $1 very soon. And I'm still waiting for Cardano to bring out all its practical projects. Again, that is a slow train and is really only for the super patient. But I'm being patient on it. So I do have a bag of Cardano. Polkadot 27.38, up 34.3% in the last 7 days. Chainlink has been on a tear lately. Yesterday it just got flipped on, went from like 29 and $30 to 34 something yesterday, and sitting at 33.59. And then we got the Doge. Let's see. Apparently Doge is doing something with Flare Network, and I wonder when I'm going to get that Flare airdrop that they promised back in when they did the capture of all our XRP wallets on December 12th. And then they said it was going to come at the first, in January or February or something like that. Well, it's mid-February. I haven't seen anything happen in any of my XRP wallets, and no Flare has popped in there. So I'll look at that and try to dig in a little deeper, see what's going on with that. Because I even though I don't have XRP anymore, I'd still be glad to get those Flare tokens and see what happens with that. Always like airdrops. By the way, I got my Ghoul token airdrop last night from that Poltergeist exchange. And then 1inch apparently did another second wave of airdrops, which I guess I wasn't included on that. I checked all my 1inch wallets last night, or all my Ethereum wallets last night for any more 1inch, because I swear I've used 1inch since that last airdrop, but I'm not sure what that qualification is. Uniswap's at 21.53. Aave has been down from the low 500s down to 475, but hey, I'm not complaining. I mean, Aave's at 475. I think Aave it's one of the primary DeFi tokens, and I think it's gonna hit maybe 2,000, maybe 5,000 by end of year, but I'm not in the business of predictions. I don't like looking at poop and poking it with a stick and trying to predict the world outcomes with it. Let's see here. Cosmos, $19.28. Theta been rocking at $3.15. So yeah, man, some really good stuff going on. Anyway, we'll talk about some news real quick. I am on a time crunch. We have Morgan Stanley may bet on Bitcoin in $150 billion investment arm. This is just another big bank jumping on. Apparently, the New York Mellon Bank, which is some really old bank, jumped on board. Now they're saying JP Morgan jumped on $150 billion Morgan Stanley investing arm, known for its prowess in picking growth stocks, is considering adding Bitcoin to its list of possible bets. And after catching the attention of hedge fund moguls including Alan Howard and Paul Tudor Jones, cryptocurrencies have recently made headway with more mainstay firms such as Mastercard, Bank of New York Mellon Corp. Just this week, Tesla Incorporated, the leading maker of electric cars, also got behind Bitcoin with a $1.5 billion investment and plans to start accepting the cryptocurrency as payment. A spokeswoman for Morgan Stanley declined to comment. Of course, the review could ultimately result in Morgan Stanley opting to stay away from Bitcoin. Previous rallies in the cryptocurrency have also attracted flurries of Wall Street interest only to fizzle. So, that's just another big bank jumping on the Bitcoin bandwagon. They also have put in their little disclaimer that the previous rallies have also attracted a flurries of Wall Street only to fizzle, just to say, not 100% on board. And they don't want to go full commit here, which is fine, whatever, I don't care. I just think it's cool to see more. I don't know if it's cool. I mean, it depends on your outlook. Do you really like banks meddling in all this decentralized cryptocurrency? Well, I guess hit the paywall. All right. So anyway, that was going to go on to Mastercard, and I guess I missed that little sneak in there. Anyway, Decrypt Daily says Mark Cuban predicts blockchain is the new internet. Earlier this year, I recall Mark Cuban talking smack about cryptocurrencies and blockchain, or maybe not blockchain, but I don't know. I didn't think Mark Cuban was on board with this stuff, and here he is now saying blockchain is the new internet. In a podcast, billionaire, entrepreneur, investor, Shark Tank star, and owner of Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban sat down with the Defiant to talk about why he's bullish on crypto in general and in DeFi in particular, but why he's still skeptical about Bitcoin as a currency. Bitcoin is not a currency. I don't know. I'm just some idiot, just down here doing my day-to-day, my 9-to-5 job, and I can save away a few bucks here and there out of my paycheck in order to build this stuff up, and all I know is what I see on the news and just what I can read from white papers and stuff like that, and I know that Bitcoin is not a currency. Bitcoin at one point may have been thought of as a currency, but it is no longer a currency. It's a store of value. Any ignoramus like myself can know this. What is going on with these really rich people that should know better and have these teams of researchers behind them and all this good advice, that they can't understand the concept and wrap their head around the concept that Bitcoin is not a currency. It's a store of value. Cuban made several predictions that revealed his optimism about blockchain's future. He said governments across the world may create their own digital coins because it's cheaper. And then, quote unquote, we lose money on every penny and nickel minted. There's just so much cost and stupidity associated with how we've always done things. He went on to call fiat money untenable and unsustainable before adding that he's not sure if we'll actually see everything collapse. However, he predicted that as governments get more into digital currencies, he can see them selling off a percentage of gold reserves and putting their earnings into Bitcoin or Ethereum. See, that's more like it. The reserves. Bitcoin is a reserve. Bitcoin is not the currency anymore. He conceded that ultimately he doesn't know. A lot of this is trust. What do you trust? Who do you trust? How do you trust it? Bitcoiners rightfully so trust algorithmic scarcity. Yes, I do. And that's okay, but there's a lot of underpinning trust that goes in there as well. You got to trust electricity rates, that nobody can get to 51%. For those that don't know, 51% refers to the proportion of computing power needed on a blockchain network to hijack that network. At this point in time, it looks pretty darn hard to do a takeover on that scale, but Cuban counsels caution anyway. Yeah. Let's see. One analogy he returns to throughout the podcast compares blockchain's rise to that of the internet, in that there were initial, limited, early adopter applications for the whole thing became ubiquitous. Cuban sees smart contracts as the pivotal moment when crypto just blew up and a major threat to the banking system. That I agree with. For that reason, he said Ethereum has an advantage over Bitcoin for regular people. And it does. Smart contracts enable DeFi. It enables the average Joe like me to get around banks. Cubans love a decentralized finance. DeFi goes hand in hand with his love of Ethereum, a blockchain that was created to support smart contracts. He said smart contracts are real and remind me of the early days of the internet. With just HTML and some basic JavaScript, you could do a whole lot of business. Yes, that was on the internet. However, smart contracts do entail a little bit of solidity, and there are some other platforms that allow you to code with different languages. So it's a little more complex than just some HTML and JavaScript, but it's okay. I get what he's trying to say. Anyway, back to this point about Bitcoin him not seeing it being a currency. It's just, let's see here. That guy Khaled or whatever, or Taleb. Let's see where he is here. He tweeted something really basically ignorant. He tweeted, let's see here. No, hold on. Taleb Bitcoin, super easy. He said, Bitcoin a failure, says Black Swan author, getting rid of Bitcoin. He wrote the Black Swan. I don't even heard of this dude, honestly. Yeah, but whatever. It doesn't matter anything if I've never heard of him. He says a currency is never supposed to be more volatile than what you buy and sell with it. The former options trader said, adding that you can't price goods in the cryptocurrency. In that respect, it's a failure for at least now. Then he said, I've been getting rid of my Bitcoin. Why? A currency is never supposed to be more volatile than what you buy and sell with it. You can't price goods in BTC. In that respect, it's a failure, at least for now. It was taken over by COVID-denying sociopaths with the sophistication of amoebas. It just sounds like an a-hole, honestly. I've been getting rid of my BTC. Why? A currency is never supposed to be more. You can't price goods. See, it goes back to these people thinking that Bitcoin is a currency. Bitcoin is not a currency. Bitcoin is a store of value, and probably the most eloquent person on the internet that talks about Bitcoin is Robert Breedlove. And he said, Taleb is right about Bitcoin. It fails as a currency. A currency is a money substitute imposed by monopolists. Gold is geopolitical money. Bitcoin is disruptive to gold. Bitcoin is a separation of money and state and obsolescence of currency as a concept. So yeah, Breedlove basically sets him straight in his tweet. Honestly, this whole part about COVID denying sociopaths has absolutely nothing to do with the previous statement about Bitcoin, and that's just kind of what gives me a terrible taste in my mouth about this guy. So stay to the subject. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's not talk about COVID denying sociopaths with the sophistication of amoebas. I mean, it has absolutely zero to do with it, and it says more about this dude than it does about Bitcoin. Anyway, yeah, so I really am a big fan of Robert Breedlove. He has an entire podcast here or YouTube stream about what is money. He is a philosopher, and he says things about money and Bitcoin and the economy in way more eloquent ways than I could ever dream of doing. So give this guy a follow. Here he has a link tree. It's basically Linktree is a place where you can put all the links to all your amazing stuff that you do online. I don't have a Linktree, but Robert Breedlove does. And then back over here, back to the Decrypt article where I got this. I do listen to Decrypt daily, and it's on Spotify right here. So this dude Matthew Aaron, he really knows what he's talking about. He is entertaining to listen to. I listen to him on my daily commute down to work, and he has a lot of really good things to say. So give that dude a subscribe. And then one more thing here. I thought this was an interesting article. Massachusetts regulators subpoena GameStop bull Roaring Kitty. This dude was, I guess he's previously in the financial industry. He apparently lost his job. He worked at Mass Mutual, but he got everybody all riled up on YouTube and helped people participate into the Gamestop shortstop. And apparently the hedge fund people, I think they should be the ones being investigated, but apparently this guy is being subpoenaed to testify about all these the shorts that have been happening, or people buying up and squeezing the shorts. I might correct myself. So it says Massachusetts security regulators have issued a subpoena seeking testimony of a YouTube streamer who helped drive the surge of interest in GameStop as part of a review of his registration, including his outside business activities, an official said Wednesday. The Office of the Secretary of the Commonwealth, William Galvin, issued the subpoena on Monday, looking to hear later this month from Massachusetts financial advisor Keith Gill. Gill gained notoriety as Roaring Kitty on YouTube, making the case for buying shares of the video retailer with colorful language. Gill, until recently, worked for insurance giant Mass Mutual and is a registered broker. He became a key figure in the so-called Reddit rally, which saw shares of GameStop surge 400% in a week before crashing back to pre-surge levels. It's drawn scrutiny from U.S. lawmakers, the White House, SEC, and New York Attorney General. They were unaware of Gill's, Mass Mutual said they're unaware of Gill's outside activities, and they had previously denied a request made by Gill to manage the portfolio of a family friend. Anyway, he got fired. And apparently they're trying to come down on this dude for motivating the people to short squeeze some of these large hedge fund people, when actually maybe they should be the one on trial, not this dude. I don't know, just my opinion. And then let's see here, back to this dude, Taleb. And I know I had some more stuff. I've been researching stuff for my synthetics video. So I found, I'm a complete ignoramus about financial tools, and I've had to educate myself and give myself a crash course. I found this capital.com, a really great place with some really great teaching tools to learn about finance. I'm a seminary alumni, and I did my undergrad as well in religion and theology religion and Spanish double majors. So I have absolutely zero education on finance. I'm probably about as unpractical as you can possibly ever be, except I kind of know how to research some things. But I had to do some crash courses in finance, and this capital.com is a really great place to find a bunch of good videos to teach you the basics of finance, so I could learn to understand what synthetics was even trying to do in the first place. And the synthetics video, I'm going to be uploading that here in a little while. But some really great videos that help you understand what commodity, liquidity, leverage, derivatives, contract for differences, all this stuff in the financial world. They have some calls and put descriptions, shorts, things like that, that terms that people throw around. And it's important to know if you want to dabble in this type of market, and especially using something like synthetics, a DeFi platform. And then one last little piece of news. EG Capital buys Zilliqa worth $10 million. So now an institutional financial firm has jumped into the Zilliqa market, which is really cool. I'm super stoked about that. I guess that may be part of the reason contributing to why Zilliqa pumped up to 15 cents yesterday from 6 cents. And I'm a holder of Zilliqa. I'm staking Zilliqa, and then whenever you stake, you get Zilliqa rewards, and then once you get 1,000 Zilliqa, you get the GZIL token, which is worth a lot more as well, and helps you participate in the governance of the Zilliqa project. So I do have an entire video where I talk about all the inner workings of Zilliqa and what it is, so you can find that video. And I think that pretty much does it. I got my I'm just about at 20 minutes. That's what I requested, 20 minutes in order to get this video done. So you guys have a great day. Let's try to be nice to each other on Valentine's Day, or on every day, but specifically today. And if you have a loved one, great. And if you don't, then just be nice to your local corner store clerk. All right. I will talk to you later. And take care. Bye. Yes.